kept pushing on, but then you went too far. When your ship has sailed and all your dreams are lost, everything is wrong, you feel like it's your fault. Just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life feels lemons, just call me. Just call me. Just call me. You're stronger now than you ever been. You gotta leave now, it's time to catch the wind. You will climb up high and look through the clouds, and when you're feeling low, I know you'll bounce back. Oh, and just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call me. Just call me. Just call me. Just call me.
After an amazing finish last week at Daytona, we turn to round number 10 of the Circle B Diecast ROWDY Energy Superspeedway Series and the ARCA cars at Talladega. Welcome to the iRacing East Series. Tony Trapasso up at the booth with you tonight as practice underway right now. Sitting atop the pile is the 90 of Nick Wing. And quite a few new paint schemes here tonight that we are seeing for the first time this season. As, again, round number 10. Congratulations one more time to Brian Tarnowski for coming home with his first victory of the season last week. Looking to possibly repeat this season. Oy, that was a shot. Jason Papp just side slaps the wall coming off of 4. Chris Worrell bails down pit road. But, yeah, settle in, folks. We're doing 75 laps here tonight at Talladega in the ARCA car. This is as close to early 2000s, late 90s Cup action as you're going to be able to find in the iRacing server. Always a fun car, usually a difficult car to work with here at Talladega, considering that when they scanned it, they never scanned the rear bumper for the Speedway setup on this car. So it's very easy to get someone loose. Bump drafting, probably not going to be a thing here tonight. Just a couple minutes left before we turn it loose for qualifying. Let's take a quick look at our point standings, shall we? As I pull these up, considering my computer just decided to take a poo on me. Bear with me, folks. See what we can come up with. There we go. Ouch. Well, that ended poorly. So Jason Papp currently sitting atop the pile. Ed DeBoer holding down the number 2 spot, only 10 points out. James Lowe's another 4 points out from Ed. Ryan Decker is another 1 point back. Brandon Wilson rounding out your top 5. Although Brandon is on a different shift for the next couple of weeks, so we're probably not going to see the 501 on track for a little while. Chris Worrell is only 2 points out from that. Greg Marconi, 2 points back. And then you got a little bit of a jump back to 8th place with Josh Carver, Nick Wing, and Marcus Adams rounding out your top 10. As we are getting ready to turn them loose for qualifying now. And next week we will be back here at Talladega with the Xfinity car with the Easter Special. Being as it will be Good Friday, next Friday, we're doing Easter paint schemes. As looks like Chris Worrell going to be one of the first ones to roll it. Brian Tarnowski's out on track as well, as is Cujo, Joe Gautier, and GT Park back with the series. Now we do qualify just a little bit different here with the Circle B Diecast ROWDY Energy Cup or ROWDY Energy Superspeedway series, being as they only get it's a one and done deal, and it usually takes about a lap and a half to get these cars up to full chat. But one lap of qualifying only to kind of speed things up just a tick. Worrell coming down to take the green flag. Now, one of the biggest differences between Daytona and Talladega, other than the sheer width of the front chute, is the fact that there's the start-finish line at the exit of pit road. As Worrell on his first flyer. Ryan Decker went purple in Sector 1, as he is out on track as well. And those who are actually on their first flyers, Tarnowski and Gautier went purple in their first sectors. GT Park, 26.84 in Sector 1. Let's see what Sector 2s are going to look like here. As we are following along with the 6 of Chris Worrell. Tarnowski going to be the first one to lay down a time. Joe Gautier goes quick. GT Park to the top of the board. Worrell comes across fourth quick. Nick Wing in the throwback camel paint scheme. Currently quickest in Sector 1. James Lowe jumps up to second quick. Let's see what type of lap this is going to be for Wing as he brings it down to the stripe. Nick Wing to the top of the pile, 53.51. Jump on board with the Darrell Waltrip tribute car that Frank Marchese is driving. As he comes across the stripe, 8th quick. And Greg McConey giving a tribute to Haley Deegan now as he's driving the Me car. And again, I mentioned to Greg, I was talking with him before we went on the air. He's had kind of the same luck that Haley's had recently, so kind of fitting that he is driving her tribute car tonight. Logan Rhodes jumping up to 5th quick as McConey bringing it through 3 and 4 right now. Good head of steam for the 12. Still waiting on Jason Papp, Josh Carver, Shane Posey, Michael Anthony, John LeBombard, Dusty Burkhart, Ed DeBoer, and John Christensen, Adam McKinney, and Marcus Adams to all they lay down times. As McConey going to go 4th quick. So, take a quick look at our weather conditions for tonight. 76-degree ambient air temperature, 54% relative humidity, partly cloudy, 2-mile-an-hour winds. Not too bad on the wind tonight, so should not be a factor. Temperature, though, on track, 121 degrees Fahrenheit. That's almost hot enough to boil an egg, folks. Which means that these cars are going to be moving around a ton. As just taking a quick check here. 75% fuel fill, 70 laps to scheduled distance, unlimited tire sets. And the good news is they do have one fast repair in their pocket. As we are going to go now to the starting grid. Come on. Nick Wing going to be starting up on the point. He's going to be joined on the front row with GT Park. James Lowe and Greg McConey going to roll off in row 2. Row 3 gives us Ryan Decker and Logan Rhodes. Joe Gautier and Brian Tarnowski rolling off in row number 4. Chris Worrell and Frank Marchese in row 5. Marcus Adams and Michael Anthony in row number 6. Row 7 is going to give us Josh Carver and Dusty Burkhart. Shane Posey and Ed DeBoer going to roll off in row number 8. Row 9 sees Adam McKinney and Jason Papp, with John LeBombard and John Christian rounding out the field. So that is going to have our starting grid there. Again, 70 laps of scheduled distance, one fast repair. Just waiting for a few stragglers to grid up. You know, that's the one thing I love about this ARCA car is we do get to see so many throwback schemes. The old Looney Tunes scheme on Ryan Decker's car tonight. Nick Wing rocking the old... come on. Rocking the old Camel scheme. So, Frank Marchese in the old Darrell Waltrip scheme. Miss Vicky checking in the live chat. Thank you for joining us, young lady. As looks like we've got just about everyone. There we go. Pace car starting to roll right now. 20 cars scheduled to roll off here tonight. All of them look to be on the grid currently. As the 31 of Marcus Adams bailing out, looking to get an EOL there. Let us know who you're rooting for in the live chat. Don't forget to like, favorite, subscribe, and share this video. If you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button, turn on bell notifications, as this is the first of the triple header tonight for the Esports Broadcasting Network. Give me 1 second here, folks. I just need to bring up one more screen. turn on bell as at what the hell? At 8:50, we will be going to the Wicked Sim Racing Cup Series as they go to their next round. The Ayers Paint 200 at Richmond. That'll be at 8:50 start. And then at 9:10 is the Kool-Aid Monster Next Gen Cup Series, round number 9 from Martinsville. That's just on tap for tonight. Sunday, we've got a quadruple header with the iFormula F1 Series as they go to their next round. That is a 3:30 Eastern Time start. And we also have round number 14 of the ISNF Cup Series as they go to Charlotte for the 600. So that'll be the first 2 rounds of the quadruple header. Fired Up Esports at 7:30. And then Sunday Night NASCAR at 8:30. So quadruple header coming up on Sunday as the pace car does peel off. Nick Wing has the button as the field works its way through the tri-oval. The only thing that's left for me to say is it's time to wipe the visor, adjust the 5-point harness. Grandma, pop some popcorn and settle in, because it's time to get it on at Talladega. Race fans, it's showtime! Wing and Park with a good jump there. James Lowe getting a good shove from Ryan Decker up into the number 4 spot on the low side. McConey working well with Park right now as they work their way through 1 and 2. Park and Wing side by side, drag race down the super stretch as Chris Worrell bails out a little bit early already, try to get to the back of this thing. You want to see the accidents coming rather than get run over from behind. Still too wide as they haul it off into turn number 3. Park on the high side. Wing gets shuffled up, almost gets into Park. That was a pucker moment. If things had popped off there, it would have caused chaos. As McConey giving Park a good shove on the high lane. Lowe not really working too well with Wing yet as they come down to finish lap number 1. Park going to drop down to the low side and lead the way. Logan Rhodes working on the high side with Greg McConey at the front of that piece. Frank Marchese up there as well. Ryan Decker finds his way into the top lane to follow Marchese around. GT Park continues to show the way. Logan Rhodes giving McConey a great shove down the backstretch. Both of them have the clear on GT Park. Frank Marchese down there as well. Ryan Decker going to drop down to pick up those 2 dudes racing teammates as it looks like they are working together tonight. Coming across the stripe. Haley Deegan's going to lead her first lap ever in NASCAR. Kidding, Greg, I'm kidding. Is McConey looking to turn his luck around, driving the gold and black Me car. Logan Rhodes with a good head of steam as he's got Park on his back bumper now to give him a good shove down the back chute. Got a couple of them bailing out down the back stretch now as Ed DeBoer in 10th spot, up 6, as is Jason Papp, who's currently riding in 12th. Up at the front of this piece, though, they are still 2 wide, 4 deep. As Logan Rhodes getting a good shove from GT Park coming through the tri-oval. Park's going to bail out. That's going to let Nick Wing get to his inside. They're 3 wide coming across the stripe. Park got shuffled out, unfortunately. Ryan Decker trying to get some clean air to the radiator of the number 3. As it's McConey and Rhodes still showing the way up at the front. Marchese bails out going down the back chute. Looks like it was getting a little too chippy for his liking up there. And all of that bailing is going to let James Lowe get to the inside. Lowe made it 3 wide coming down the back chute. Lowe with a nose out front as they come through the tri-oval. Lowe and Marconi on the low lane. Rhodes and Wing on the high side give the lap to Rhodes by half a bumper. You would think that these guys are currently, helps if I turn the ticker on, you would think these guys are currently on lap 65, not lap 5, with as aggressive as they are making moves throughout into the mid-pack right now. Everybody's still rolling. Everybody's still within striking distance. No monster gaps forming yet. That's Lowe on the low side. Rhodes on the high side. Side by side they come. Give the lap to Rhodes again. As we've got some... That's Ed DeBoer, your current second in points, trying to get that third lane rocking. It looks like he's got Jason Papp with him. Oi! Logan Rhodes jumps up. That's going to let Wing and Park rock the second lane. As Rhodes jumps up to pick up his teammate in the 24. That's Ed DeBoer. Not able to get it sorted out yet. Wing with a good head of steam. Park shoving the daylights out of him coming through the tri-oval. They got the 36 John Christensen with them as well. Give the lap to Wing. Lowe's going to have to get it figured out pretty quick as the 14 of Logan Rhodes continues his backslide. That second lane does have a good group of cars in it, as now Marconi jumps up in front of Wing. Wing has since joined Dudes Racing, and tonight it's Marconi, Wing, and Marchese rocking the Dudes Racing colors. And Marconi now jumps down in front of James Lowe. We'll be right back after this word from our sponsor. Sorry about those technical difficulties, folks. We are back live from Talladega with the ARC Cars, Circle B Diecast, Rowdy Energy, Superspeedway Series. Greg Marconi showing the way right now as we are working lap 11 of 70. Again, 75% fuel fill tonight, so we're looking pit window to be right around, I would dare say, lap 17, 18, 19, 20, somewhere around in there, depending on how much fuel you can save. As we were just waiting for trading paints to work properly for me. Nick Wing now showing the way on the high side. Let's go on board with our good friend GT Park, and you can see exactly what he's seeing as we do have a GoPro on his helmet.
Why is it telling me to pass everybody?
Green flag, green flag. flag is out.
What happened? Y'all there?
Dusty, Tony Travasso up in the booth. You got me, sir.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, so it looked like the seas just parted for you there.
Oh, it worked out perfect.
Yeah, how chippy is it really getting up there? Because it looked like it was getting pretty racy there just before that caution came out.
Yeah, it's getting a little chippy, a little bit blocking, and I think the fast repair gets everybody a little bit more confident, so they send it in a little bit.
All right, so you're taking a little bit of a different pit strategy than everyone else. Best of luck to you on that, as if we get a long green flag run, you might be in trouble, sir.
Yeah, I'm banking on leading a couple laps, getting those bonus points, and then I figure everybody's got self-repair. They're going to be running hard and getting a caution.
Absolutely. Well, best of luck to you, sir. We're going to let you get back to it.
I appreciate it. Thank you all.
And I do apologize, ladies and gentlemen. My mic has been off that entire time, as I was having technical difficulties on my end, and I didn't want to hear anybody. I didn't want to hear that word come out of my mouth that nobody wants to hear, especially with ladies present. So I did mute my own mic. I hit my switch and forgot to turn it back on. So I do apologize there. As we are under caution number 2, as Josh Carver and John Christian got into it a little bit, coming through the trial over there to bring out caution number 2. Wholesale pit stops for the rest of the field. Dusty Burkhart electing to stay out to get that all-important bonus point there. Looks like Gautier took fuel only. Logan Rhodes took fuel only. Frank Marchese took fuel only. Greg Marconi and everybody behind him taking 4 fresh tires. As the lights do go out on the official iRacing pace car, Burkhart and Gautier going to give us the front row when we go back to green here. Again, do want to thank everybody for joining us here tonight for the Circle B Diecast ROWDY Energy Rowdy Energy Circle B Diecast Superspeedway Series. Round number 10 at Talladega. We will be back here next week for round number 11, the Easter special, if you will, with the Xfinity car. Everybody being asked to put Easter-themed paint schemes on their cars. What a rabbit laying hen's eggs has to do with Easter, I'm still trying to figure out myself. But if you know, let us know in the live chat. Don't forget to like, favorite, subscribe, share, and turn on bell notifications so you don't miss a single moment of action here on the Esports Broadcasting Network. And while you're at it, head on over to our parent company's Facebook page, the Sim Racing Media Facebook page, and you can check out the first episode of the Money Stop podcast with Dave Regal and myself in with that one. And we don't just talk about iRacing. We talk about the real world of motorsports. We talk about baseball. We talk about, we covered the NCAA men's basketball tournament. We talk about lacrosse. We talk about hockey. We talk about everything. And if you've got a topic you want us to cover on the Money Stop podcast, drop a comment on the Sim Racing Media Facebook page, and we will try to get to that. As the pace car has peeled off, Dusty Burkhart has the button as the field works its way into the restart zone. Here we go to turn them loose. 21 laps getting ready to be put in the books.
Green flag.
And we are back underway here at Talladega. Burkhart and Rhodes working together pretty well right now. And Burkhart is one of the newest members of the Balls Garana racing team. Just doesn't have a balls out paint scheme on that car yet. Rocking the Texaco Haviland colors tonight. As Gautier getting a good push from Marchese going down the back chute. Both of them have the clear on Burkhart, and they're looking to bring Ryan Decker with them as Gautier is going to peel off, give Marchese the lead of the high side. Decker working well with the 17 of Marchese tonight. Marchese with a head of steam now. He's got the clear on Gautier. First lap led this season for the 17. That is Frank Marchese in the Darrell Waltrip tribute scheme. 3 wide behind him as that is GT Park looking to go on the high side of Decker. Decker drops down with Marchese to pick up Gautier. 3 Wild veterans working it out as Burkhart's going to bail out. They're 3 wide again for 4th. That's Marcus Adams leading the high side in the 99. And that's James Lowe with Marcus Adams with him leading that high lane. As the 8 of Michael Anthony, one of the only other Dodges in the field tonight, working his way up. 3 wide coming into the tri-oval. GT Park with the nose out front. Lowe with a head of steam. Park's going to jump up to try to block. Lowe's going to lead his first lap of the night. Lowe, Park, and Marchese at the front of this piece as we are 3 wide. Four members of Balls Out Racing on the high side, stem to stern. Marchese and Decker on the low side. GT Park has Greg McConey with him. We're about to see which lane is going to have the most momentum. As Joe Gautier coming up to join the fray on the low side. Marchese in the 17 with the nose out front coming to the stripe. Half a car length for Marchese that time by. Working lap 25 of 70 here. Round number 10 of the Circle B Diecast Rowdy Energy Superspeedway Series. Again, we do need to thank our sponsors, Rowdy Energy, Circle B Diecast, Midwest Motor Customs, Buttkicker, and iRacing iFlag for bringing you all the action here tonight. And with the holidays right around the corner, folks, Nothing says I love you to your favorite iRacer like getting a custom paint scheme done from Midwest Motor Customs. You can get a hold of Greg Marconi on his Facebook page to set up what you want to get done, and then take that file and send it off to Circle B Diecast and have a diecast car made for your favorite iRacer of their brand new paint scheme. Decker's around.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Oh, GT Park catching a piece. Jason Papp, another shot. Good grief, what happened there? Let's back that up just a little bit. Looks like Decker went up in front of GT Park, didn't quite have the clear. And it's Pandalirium. Let's see what the chopper picked up there. We're going to back this up, and we are going to... There's Decker. Oi. Decker went up to throw the block. Ow. Adam McKinney catching a piece of that one as well. Decker went up to throw the block on GT Park. Unfortunately, Park was a little too close to make that move stick. And just completely clobbers the outside lane. Jason Papp involved in his second incident of the night, missing the complete back end of that car. Those guys are hustling to try to catch the field right now. GT Park had to tow. John Christian in the 36 had to tow. Ouch. Well, that is going to leave this man here. That is our good friend Frank Marchese. Going to be leading this piece is he's got his dude's teammate Greg McConey sitting right there as well. And it looks like wholesale pit stops again. Fresh tires and fuel for everybody. So, working caution number 3 as Brian Tarnowski stays out. Of course, last week's winner, a very emotional win for the 55 last week in the next-gen car. And Brad Mashburn, I do apologize. I had my mic turned off so you guys didn't hear all the fun words and phrases that were coming out of my mouth when I was having connection issues. And forgot to click the button on my mic to turn it back on. But again, do want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. Murray Wise pulling for the 99 of James Lowe. James unfortunately catching a piece of that last crash. Relegated back to 13th. There he is coming off pit road now behind the 33 of Josh Carver. And if you got a driver that you're pulling for tonight, let us know who they are, and we will we'll try to highlight that driver at some point during the broadcast. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on bell notifications, as we've got quite a bit of racing left coming up this week here, or this weekend, I should say, here on the Esports Broadcasting Network. Race that just went live a couple minutes ago is the Wicked Sim Racing Cup Series Air Paint 200 from Richmond. And in about 15 minutes, the Kool-Aid Monster Next Gen Cup Series is going to take round number 9 to Martinsville. Then Sunday, we've got a quadruple header for you with the IFL F1 series as they go to their next round at 3:30 Eastern Time. At the same time, I will be starting the ISNF Cup Series, round number 14, Coke 600 from Charlotte. That is a 3:30 Eastern Time start for both of those races. Then at 7:30, we have the Fired Up Esports League regular season finale from Bristol. Again, 7:30 start on that one. And the nightcap will be the DBR 200 from Richmond. That is Sunday Night NASCAR, and that'll be an 8:30 start on that one. So a ton of racing left this weekend here on the Esports Broadcasting Network. As Tarnowski going to lead us back to green here. He's got Greg McConey up there. McConey's got some good company behind him, as that is his Dudes Racing teammate at Frank Marchese in the 17. Shane Posey going to line up behind Tarnowski, so two teammates on the low side, two teammates on the high side. It's about to get fun, ladies and gentlemen. Getting ready to put lap 29 in the books on the restart here. Again, working caution number 3 for a couple of blocking incidents gone wrong. The last couple of cautions that we've seen. Biggest mover of the night so far is that 83 of Shane Posey. He's going to be restarting inside row number 2. Up 12. Adam McKinney's 13 is up 10, currently sitting in the number 7 spot. That is the green and white Gatorade number 13. Field working its way out of turn number 4. Pace car makes that lazy left turn down below the mustard stripe. Tarnowski in control of the field as they work their way into the tri-oval. The 55 is your control car on the low side. As the field works its way into and now out of the restart zone.
Green, green, green.
Green flag is in the air, and we are back underway here at Talladega in the ARCA car. Round number 10 of the Rowdy Energy Circle B Diecast Superspeedway Series. McConey and Marchese working well together on the high side. They've got the 14 of Logan Rhodes up there with them. Joe Gautier is the caboose in that lane, working the high lane right now. Tarnowski, though, getting a good shove from Shane Posey on the low side. Tarnowski with a head of steam going into turn number 3. Gets the nose out front of Marconi. Marconi channeling his inner Ricky Bobby tonight as they work their way into the tri-oval to put lap 30 in the books. 70 the scheduled distance here tonight. Give the lap to Tarnowski. Looks like Jason Papp and James Lowe trying to make that third lane work here tonight as they are rocking the ultra high lane coming through 1 and 2. Marchese in lockstep with Marconi in the middle lane. Here comes Papp and Lowe with a head of steam. Drag race 3 wide going into turn number 3. Papp a little bit squirrely. Got it shoved just a little too long from the 99 of Lowe. Lowe backed out. Here comes Decker to drop down to pick up Marchese. As McConey jumps up into that second lane. Marchese drops down. Marconi drops down. Nick Wing just barely enough room to jump up in front of Decker as he's going to go with his Dudes Racing teammate of Greg McConey. Tarnowski and Posey in lockstep on the low side. Here comes Decker on the high side. He's got the 14 with him. Sorry, that's the 6 of Chris Worrell. I do apologize. As McConey drops down to the low side. He's going to hang Wing out to dry in the sucker hole. The 6 of Worrell with a head of steam on the high side as he's got Pap with him. Decker working with Wing on the middle lane. Give the lap to McConey on the low side as he's got Tarnowski and Posey with him. Still in a 3-wide situation. Up at the front of this piece. McConey in the 12 leads the way on the low side. Here comes Decker and Wing up the middle. Worrell with the nose out front with Pap on his back bumper. Going into turn number 3. McConey taking the short way around. Is going to get a little bit of an advantage. He's got Tarnowski with him. Decker loses Wing coming through the middle of 3. Decker got a little bit squirrely. 3-car tandem on the high side. Decker tries to throw the block. Worrell with a head of steam on the high side, getting Pap and Lowe to work with him. Still 3 wide. Give the lap to McConey. Decker's going to drop down, Worrell's going to drop down to the middle lane to pick up Decker. You would think this is lap 64 instead of lap 34 as we are fast approaching the halfway mark. McConey, Tarnowski, Worrell, Decker, Posey, Pap, Wing, Lowe, Marchese, and Gautier rounding out your top 10 right now. Michael Anthony trying to tail onto that caboose on the low side. Oi! That could have gotten ugly. Worrell going to lead that lap as Decker able to drop down and pick up McConey. That could have gotten real ugly real quick coming through the tri-oval as some moves were made, and there was just enough room to get them done and not catch anybody. As McConey going to jump up with Decker to throw the block on Worrell. Worrell drops down in front of Posey and is going to pick up the low side. Decker and McConey, though, on the high lane. And McConey, I dare say, is in the safest hands he could possibly be in right now. As one of the best pushers in the league, belongs to that 3 of Ryan Decker. Currently sitting in second place on the high side, being scored as 3rd on track. Worrell trying to get some help from Posey on the low side. Tarnowski has dropped back into the number 6 spot. Pap up 13, now sitting in the 5th spot. And goes to make a 3rd lane. Lowe goes with him. 3-wide situation again for about 3rd. As that's Worrell on the high side. Worrell on the low side. McConey on the high side. Trying to make it happen at the front of this piece. Lowe not able to get to the back bumper of Jason Pap. Pap has burned his fast repair, so he's kind of playing on the back foot right now. Give the lap to Worrell as they come across the stripe to start lap 37. We are just past the halfway mark here for round number 10 of the Circle B Diecast Rowdy Energy Superspeedway Series presented by ESBN. Again, need to thank our good friends over at Midwest Motor Customs, iRacing, iFlag, and Buttkicker, as well as those at Rowdy Energy and CircleBDiecast.com. You are watching the Esports Broadcasting Network. Tony Trapasso up in the booth with you for round number 10. Do want to thank everybody for tuning in right now. Again, let us know who you're pulling for in the live chat, and we will try to highlight your favorite driver as Pap goes to the high side one more time. And that's Michael Anthony that's going to go with him this time. Worrell leads yet another lap as McConey and Decker still in lockstep on the high side. They got Wing and Pap with them up there. And now Worrell jumps up to try to throw the block on Marconi. Marconi takes evasive action, goes up to the third lane, gets the clear as Worrell is going to be shuffled back into the sucker hole. Decker and Marconi working very well together here tonight. Nick Wing into the wall in 3. Posey now giving a good shove from Brian Tarnowski on the low side. They've got Joe Gautier with them. Give that lap to Marconi. As Posey now with a good head of steam going into 1. Going to get the nose out front as they haul it through the 1-2 complex. And this is what Superspeedway racing is meant to be. Door to door, side by side, 2 to 3 wide all night long here at Talladega, the monster of all Superspeedways. Marconi with a nose out front now as they work their way through the 3-4 complex. Posey comes back on the low side. Worrell drops down to pick up Tarnowski and Posey. Decker shoving the daylights out of Marconi on the high side. Give the lap to Marconi as they come across the stripe. 31 laps to go here at Talladega. And we are fast approaching a set of green flag pit stops. As the last time these guys were last down pit road was lap 27. And we're thinking somewhere between 20 and 25 laps is when we're going to see everybody peel off to come pit side as Jason Papp throws it to the high side one more time to make a third lane. Absolutely no help right now, though, as Papp, all by his lonesome on the outside, going to drop down right behind Ryan Decker in that Cartoon Network number 3, Looney Tunes number 3, as he is working with the Talladega Nights tribute of Greg Marconi on the high side. Posey going to be scored in second there on the low side. He's got Tarnowski and Gautier in tow. No quarter asked for, no quarter given here. Oi! Everybody doing a great job to get those cars collected up. Heads up driving for everybody. As Marconi got a little bit squirrely coming off a 2. Got down into Posey. And actually ended up taking out Gautier. Up at the front of this piece, though, for the first time tonight, Jason Papp with a head of steam on the low side. Here comes Decker on the high side. Give the lap to the 3. First lap led tonight for Ryan Decker. He's getting a good shove right now from Shane Posey. Marconi able to recover and work well in that second lane. Posey looks to go around on the high side. No help whatsoever yet. Marconi drops down in front of Papp. Decker drops down to the low side. That's going to leave Chris Worrell in the 6th. Out in the sucker hole up the middle. Decker jumps up in front of Worrell. Coming off of turn number 4. 42 laps in the books. Marconi with a good head of steam. He's got Papp there with him. Decker, though, with a head of steam coming to the stripe. Give the lap to Decker by half a fender. Marconi, Decker, Posey, Papp, Worrell, Adams, Tarnowski, Gautier, Lowe, and McKinney rounding out your top 10. As we have a complete Waffle House situation on track. They are scattered, smothered, and covered right now, as we are still in a 3-wide situation. Marconi making it happen on the low side with Papp in tow. Decker trying to make it happen with Worrell on the middle lane. Posey all by his lonesome on the top side. Going to use the side draft. Give the lap to Decker. Still 3 wide at the front of this piece. And a lot of guys trying to get to that low side as we are fast approaching. That's the tattletale of when these guys are looking to do green flag pit stops. Everybody's going to get pretty single filed out as we do have a good amount on that low side. So expect green flag pit stops any moment now. And that should be the money stop when they do it. As we're going to be 25 to go at the stripe. Worrell going to lead the low side there. McConey and Papp, second and third. And here comes Posey on the high lane with Decker in tow. Shane Posey up 13. Jason Papp up 13 from where they both started after not taking time in qualifying. Posey with a good run on that high lane. Worrell getting a good shove for McConey, though, as they come off of turn number 4. "45 laps in the books this time by. Nose out front by half a bumper. Give it to Worrell. Ryan Decker backs off just a little bit to try to get some clean air to that radiator as he was pushing Shane Posey like a madman. Nick Wing, good recovery right now in that Smokin' Joe's Camel number 90. So we saw Nick get into the turn 3 wall about 15 laps ago. It's a good recovery drive for him as Worrell showing the way on the low side. McConey all over his back bumper right now, trying to make the draft work for the 6 and the 12. Here comes Posey and Decker on that second lane. "24 laps to go here tonight at Talladega." We're going to step away, pay a couple bills, go side by side, and we'll be right back from Talladega. And we are back at Talladega Superspeedway for round number 10 of the Circle B Diecast ROWDY Energy Superspeedway Series. Tony Trapasso up in the booth with you tonight. You are watching the Esports Broadcasting Network, proud home of the iRacing East Series, sanctioning body of Circle B Diecast ROWDY Energy Superspeedway Series. Ryan Decker showing the way in the middle lane. Greg McConey trying to battle back on the low side as that is Marcus Adams leading the top side. He has two of his balls out teammates up there with him. It's Chris Worrell giving him a good shove. James Lowe getting a little hung out to dry there coming through the tri-oval. Adams going to drop down in front of Decker. That's going to leave Lowe and Worrell on the high side with Michael Anthony up there as well. Boy. Nick Wing dragging the brake kind of heavy right there, trying to stay off of Decker as Decker was pushing Adams. Adams now drops down in front of Greg McConey on the low side. Jason Papp is back up there as well in the ace. Currently sits being scored in fourth. Third car on the low lane. Worrell in low trying to drop down to pick up that second lane. Adams going to lead that lap. 20 to go here at Talladega. Marcus Adams showing the way in that Balls Energy number 31 on the low side. The Looney Tunes number 3 of Ryan Decker shows the way in the second lane. Nick Wing with him. Greg McConey working with Adams on the low side right now. Adams, McConey, Decker, Papp, Wing, Tarnowski, Worrell, Lowe, Posey, and Gautier. Your top 10 as they currently sit. It'll be 19 to go, this time across the stripe. And we have not seen the money stop yet. And the question is, when we do see it, who's going to take fuel only? Who's going to take tires? We're going to take a quick look at the weather conditions currently. The track temperatures come down almost 20 full degrees under partly cloudy skies. So the track's gotten a little cooler, and because of that, it's gotten a lot more racy as Decker almost gets up into low, going through the middle of 3. Worrell was on that third lane. He's going to drop down in front of Decker. Get a good shove from the 3 coming into the tri-oval. Adams going to jump up to pick up Worrell. That's going to leave McConey with a head of steam with Papp on his back bumper. Coming to the stripe, side by side, give the lap to McConey by half a fender. 18 laps to go here at Talladega. Again, want to thank everybody for joining us in the live chat right now. Brenda Thomas pulling for Logan Rhodes. As is Jackie Rhodes. Mary Wise pulling for James Lowe in the 99. So, again, want to thank everybody for joining us here tonight. Sorry for the technical issues we were having earlier on as Adams drops down in front of McConey again. That's going to let Worrell get a good run coming through the tri-oval. Give the lap to Worrell by half a fender as Adams gets right back by him. $17 laps to go. Marcus Adams continues to show the way, up 10 from where he started. Jason Papp's number 1 is up 13 from where he started. Currently sitting third car in line on the low side. And again, I'm going to ask this question. When are we going to see the money stop take place? And speaking of the money stop, if you haven't done so already, head on over to the Sim Racing Media Facebook page. They are the parent company of the Esports Broadcasting Network. And you can check out the first episode of the Money Stop podcast with Dave Regal and myself. We don't just cover the world of iRacing, we cover the world of real racing. We cover the stick and ball sports as well. And if there's a topic you would like to see covered in a future episode of that podcast, go ahead and drop a comment over on the Sim Racing Media Facebook page about that podcast, and we will do our best to try to get to that topic. Coming up this coming week, we will be covering the crossover between using the iRacing server as a training tool, both as mechanics and for drivers in the real world. So be sure to join us for that, as we will have some special guests this week. as that should come out every Friday moving forward here. Chris Worrell showing the way here at Talladega, though. Marcus Adams goes around, gets shuffled out. What a save as Mike Anthony drops down to pick up his teammate. So not a lot of track loss as Worrell gets shuffled out now. Good grief. And we've got some green flag pit stops taking place. Wing and Decker get into it. Let's go back and take a look at that one. Boy. When all hell broke loose a few laps ago. So we're not going to be able to catch that Decker incident, as looks like fuel only for Decker, McConey, and Wing. Marchese popped for speeding on. Nightmare scenario for the driver of the 17, as here comes the next round. Worrell, 8 different kinds of sideways coming across the stripe. He might be popped for speeding. So we're going to keep an eye on the 6 of Worrell. Looks like left side's in fuel for Worrell. Down and away. Clean stop. Take a check back here, as that is Nick Wing, Greg McConey, and Ryan Decker with a head of steam. As Worrell, Anthony, and company just coming through 1 and 2 right now. There they are, and they've got to stay below that yellow line until they get to the blue cone on the back chute. Oh, this is gonna get good. Logan Rhodes as they go flashing by. Worrell leading that freight train at the front. That's Worrell, Anthony, Lowe, Adams, and Carver up there. The second group of Nick Wing, Greg McConey, Shane Posey, Ryan Decker, and Joe Gautier. This is about to get ugly. This is about to get very ugly. Posey and Gautier working that second lane with a head of steam. Wing and McConey jump up into that second lane to follow Decker through. .31 of Adams goes up and throws the block on Wing, almost puts him into the turn 3 wall. Meanwhile, up at the front of this piece, Posey with the nose out front, coming into the tri-oval. That is the lap car, Brian Tarnowski, leading that second lane, so give the lap to Posey. .11 laps to go, 3-wide situation. Marcus Adams jumps up to that third lane all by himself. Decker's going to go up to go with him. And Worrell bails out. Drop in. If I didn't know any better, I'd say that, yes, it was. Ryan Decker got into the wall on the backstretch. See a little puff of smoke as he did rub the outside retaining wall. He's going to drop down behind Posey as Gautier now leads the low line with Tarnowski in tow. Posey up the middle. That's Posey, Decker, Wing, and McConey in the middle lane right now as Adams low. Oi, what is he doing? Chris Worrell looking to make a lane of his own, coming up through the middle. Jeepers. Shane Posey in that second lane, leading the way. He's got Decker giving him a good shove, going through 3 and 4. Gautier on the low side has Tarnowski with him. We're going to be 9 laps to go, this time across the stripe. Gautier and Posey, your front 2. Decker looking to make a third lane up the middle, thinks better of it. He's going to drop back in behind Posey. Brian Tarnowski's 55 continues to give a good shove to Gautier on the low side. Posey up 14 from where he started. As Gautier with a good head of steam. Here comes Posey on the high side with a better head of steam, getting a good shove from the 3 of Decker. 8 laps to go, this time across the stripe. Posey shows the way. Posey's around.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Boy. And it looks like Decker just bump draft gone wrong. Marconi catching a piece of that one. Let's take a look at what the blimp saw on that. Just a bump draft gone wrong. Marconi catches a race car to the teeth. Everybody else doing a great job to avoid it. Again, just a bump draft gone wrong, folks. And that's all it takes, is just that quick. As we are going to be going back live here under caution. As everybody trying to catch the pace car. We should have about a 3 or 4 lap dash when this thing does get turned back loose. As there's the pace car in turn 3. So everybody's still hustling to try to get back to the pace car. I dare say we're probably going to see most of the guys come down pit road here for fresh tires. Shouldn't need any fuel, but definitely want to get some fresh shoes put on that car so you can make moves and not have to worry about the car skating on you when we go back to green flag action. Gautier, Decker, Wing, Adams, Worrell, Lowe, Anthony, Carver, Rhodes, and DeBoer rounding out your top 10. Marconi and Posey are going to need to come down pit road because there's a lot of damage on both of those cars. Gautier goes by. Decker, Wing, Adams, Worrell, Lowe all go by. First one to go pit side is 12th position, Greg Marconi. Adam McKinney, Jason Papp, and Shane Posey all going with him, as Brian Tarnowski should be back on the lead lap, getting the lucky dog pass right here. Yep, there he goes now. So free pass for Tarnowski to get back on the lead lap. Similar situation to what we saw last week. He was a lap down at one point, then got back on the lead lap, stayed clean on the final lap, and came home in victory lane. Are we going to see deja vu all over again? As looks like 4 in fuel for everybody that just came down pit road. Jason Papp still on pit road to try to get some more of that damage fixed on the number 1. So again, we should see the restart. Should get 1 to go this time coming across the stripe. Gautier going to have the button. And so far we've seen that second lane, if you get the help up there, that's where you wanted to be all night long. It's going to be fun to see how this one does shake out when we go back to green. Working caution number 5 here tonight from Talladega. Again, want to thank everybody for joining us in the live chat. If you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button and turn on bell notifications, as we do have a lot of racing left this weekend. After this broadcast is over, you're welcome to tune on over to the Wicked Sim Racing Cup Series, as they are at Richmond for the Ayers iRacing Paints 200. And then the nightcap tonight, which will be going live. Actually, it just went live about 20 minutes ago. The KMM New Gen Cup Series, round number 9 at Martinsville. Sunday, we've got a quadruple header in store for you with the IFL IF1 Series as they go to their next round at 3:30 Eastern Time. Also at 3:30 Eastern Time will be the ISNF Cup Series, round number 14, from Charlotte for the 600 miler. That'll be a 3:30 start on that one as well. Then at 7:30 Eastern, we have the Fired Up Esports League regular season finale at Bristol. That'll be a 7:30 start on that one. And then the nightcap on Sunday night will be Sunday Night NASCAR as they go to the DBR 250 at Martinsville. So a ton of racing left this weekend here on the Esports Broadcasting Network. You are watching the Circle B Diecast ROWDY Energy Cup Series, round number 10, with the ARCA cars at Talladega here tonight. Tony Trapasso up in the booth with you. And if you haven't done so already, give this video a thumbs up. It really helps share it around with the iRacing or the YouTube algorithm. The more thumbs up a video gets, the more likely it is to be shared on someone's news feed when they log in to the YouTube servers. Lights are out on the pace car. Joe Gautier shows the way on the low side. He's got Ryan Decker to his outside. As our top 10 did not pit. And so we're going to get ready to go back to green flag action. Everybody behind him has 4 Mr. Feelgoods and a fresh tank at Go Fast. So it's going to be interesting to see what those fresh tires are going to be able to do in 4 laps or less. As Gautier going to lead us back to green. Gautier, Decker, Wing, Adams, Lowe, Worrell, Carver, Anthony, Rhodes, and DeBoer. Your top 10 as we currently sit. Field working its way through the 3-4 complex. Gautier has the button as the pace car gets ready to make that lazy left turn down below the mustard stripe there on the low side. There it goes. And here we go as the field works its way into the tri-oval. About 3/4 of the way through the tri-oval, they'll hit the restart zone. Green flag will come out and we'll be back underway with a 4-lap dash for cash. Gautier leads them down into the restart zone. Coming through the tri-oval. Pace car is getting ready to park it. There it goes. Green flag is in the air. And here we go. 4 laps to go here at Talladega in the ARCA car. Gautier getting a decent jump. Wing goes with him. Worrell right there as well. Here comes the 33 of Carver down to the low side. Marcus Adams looking to make a 3rd lane, and he's got help. Ryan Decker hung out to dry in the sucker hole. Oi! And we're back under caution. Yep. And we are going to see what our good friend the Eye in the Sky has to say about that one. Here they are coming down the back straightaway, and Let's see that one more time. Here they are coming through turn 2. Keep your eye on Gautier in the 67. He jumps up to throw the block. Decker and Lowe get into it. Decker goes completely sideways. Everybody else doing an amazing job to get by him. Adams gets into the outside wall. Lowe gets into the outside wall. Decker gets way into the outside wall. And you can see that the rear end of that car has been narrowed up by a good 2 feet. Guess what, kids? We're going into overtime. We are back live. Gautier going to lead us back to green. I'm wondering if Adams is going to come down to get any of that damage fixed. And the answer appears to be no on that one. Lowe definitely coming down to get some damage fixed, though, as is Decker. Looks like they're the only takers. So let us know who you're pulling for as we're going into overtime. We're going to get 3 attempts at this one. For those of you unfamiliar with the iRacing green-white checker scenario, green flag's going to come out. The field has to make it all the way back around to the start-finish line for the leader of the race to cross the start-finish line to accept the white flag. Then we're racing back to checkers. If they don't get to the start-finish line, we're going to rack them, stack them, and try it again up to 3 times. If we get to the 3rd attempt and we still don't make it back to take the white flag, race is over and the field will be locked. But we are going to give them 3 cracks at it. So far, the most we've had to use is 2. So Gautier, Adams, Wing, Worrell, Carver, Rhodes, DeBoer, Papp, Burkhart, and McKinney. Your top 10. Shane Posey, Greg Marconi, Brian Tarnowski, Mike Anthony, and Ryan Decker rounding out your top 15. James Lowe and Frank Marchese rounding out those being scored on the lead lap. So far, only 1 retirement to speak of, and that is the 76 of GT Park. John LeBombard currently being the only car still running 1 or more laps down. John Christian has been on pit road for the last 45 minutes trying to repair that blown engine in the number 36. So it'll be 3 to go. Green, white checker finish attempt number 1 coming up, as lights should be going out on the pace car this time by. Brenda Thomas saying, okay, Logan, let's go. And Logan Rhodes in the number 14, going to be restarting back in the number 7 spot. You see that Milwaukee Tools Chevy SS sitting right there. As the lights do go out on the pace car, which means attempt number 1 going to be coming up next time by. Marcus Adams on the outside lane, currently up 9 from where he started. Ed DeBoer in the number 24 on the outside. There he is, a Good Wrench Service Plus Bass Pro Shops, number 24. Currently up 9 from where he started. Jason Papp in the 1, currently up 9 from where he started. So a three-way split for the biggest positive mover tonight. Joe Gautier on the low side does have the button. Marcus Adams with some good help behind him, as has his teammate Chris Worrell. Gautier has Nick Wing right behind him. As the pace car drops down below the yellow line, coming off of turn number 4. Gautier in control of the field. Can Cujo pull it off tonight here at Talladega? We are about to find out, as the field works its way through the tri-oval for what we hope is the final restart of the night. Gautier comes out of the restart zone. Green flag in the air. Little bit of tire spin for both of our front runners, as Worrell shoving the daylights out of Adams right now. Wing not really close enough to push Gautier as they work their way through 1 and 2. Worrell just shoving Marcus Adams to the front of this piece. Wing drops up to pick up Worrell. Going to hang Gautier out to dry as they work their way down the back straightaway. Here comes Papp up the middle. They're 4 wide. Oy. And Worrell's into the wall.
Yellow, yellow.
And it's a tale as old as time. Don't push the pusher. And you could see there Nick Wing was glued to the back bumper of Worrell. Worrell gets shoved by the 95 of La Bombard. ARCA braking at its finest. Here they are one more time coming down the backstretch. Worrell was locked to Adams, and Wing got into the back of him. Jason Papp uses a pinball. Oh! Well then. That's a lot of damage. DeBoer involved in this one. Yikes. Shane Posey catching a piece of it as well. McConey using every ounce of braking pressure that he's got. As a matter of fact, we are going to go on board with Marchese here. Let's back that up just a little bit. And this is what Marchese saw, is all hell breaking loose in front of him. Boom goes the dynamite. And that was Frank Marchese's Code Brown moment. Well then. Attempt number 2 of a green-white checker finish. And that was our first big one of the night. Just about everybody else that has brought out a caution has been maybe 2 or 3 cars at the most. That last one we saw 8. That had to come down pit road to get some repairs done. Tarnowski and Lowe, unfortunately, having to tow. So unfortunately, their nights are just about over with. And as Lowe is down and away now, Tarnowski's still on pit road. There was heavy damage on the 55 after that one. And it just goes back to that old saying that we keep saying every time we come to a superspeedway: don't push the pusher. 2 cars locked bumper to bumper, yeah, you can make it work. 3 cars locked bumper to bumper to bumper, not so much. And as you got to remember, there's no air going over the back spoiler of that middle car. And it is so easy to get that middle car just a millimeter off center on the push, and that middle car is going around, and that's exactly what we saw there. Adams electing to take the outside lane to pick up his teammate. That is the 8 of Michael Anthony up there. Greg Marconi going to be the 3rd car in line with those guys. Down on the low side, you've got Joe Gautier, Josh Carver, and Logan Rhodes. So let the games begin as the lights are out on the official iRacing pace car. As we now need to get this one figured out. Attempt number 2 at a green-white checker finish. I guarantee you there's probably going to be strong words in the pits when this one is over with. Adams on the high side, up 10 spots from where he started. Currently going to have the button as we get ready to go back to green. Two of the only Dodges in the field tonight belong to Adams and Anthony. Vast majority of the field running a Ford, or sorry, running a Chevy. The one Ford belongs to the 33 of Josh Carver. As the field works its way into the tri-oval, Adams has the button. As the field works its way out of the tri-oval and into the restart zone, here we go for attempt number 2 at a green-white checker finish. Green flag is in the air. The leader has to make it around to accept the white flag for us to race back to the checkers. A little bit of jockeying back in the mid-pack already as they're trying to go 3 wide. Decker and the 13 getting into it. It's Decker and McKinney as they come down the back straightaway with McKinney. Oi! DeBoer just went for a ride. And we're back under caution. Nick Wing just got hooked. I'm not pointing fingers here, but we going to, as soon as I can find him, there he is. This is on board with Chris Worrell. Again, I'm not pointing fingers, but I think there was some intention in that one. And definitely got the attention of Nick Wing, as, of course, he went for a ride. That brings us down to our final attempt at a green-white checker finish. Adams, Gautier, Carver. Anthony goes pit side. He may have been running short on fuel. Worrell goes pit side. Those are the only two takers right now. So Adams, Gautier, Carver, Marchese, Rhodes, Posey, McKinney, Decker, and DeBoer rounding out your top 10. And this is attempt number 3, so if we don't get back to the white flag, the field will be frozen and the race will be over. But let's hope we can get back to the white flag so we can race it back to checkers. Vicky Copeland checking in with us tonight. And Miss Vicky, you're not wrong. That's all I'm going to say on that one. So lights should be going out on the pace car this next time by. And oh, to be a fly on the wall in the little purple hauler. Marcus Adams going to lead us back to green when we do get to do so. Up 10 from where he started. Josh Carver currently sitting in third, up 10 from where he started. Shane Posey in the 83 is up 10 from where he started. And anyone to guess where Adam McKinney's 13 is from where he started? If you said plus 10, you are correct. So 4 cars slugging it out for the biggest mover award tonight. And looks like Adams electing to take the low side this time. That's going to let Frank Marchese go to the high side with Joe Gautier. Gautier driving for Dudes Racing tonight. Marchese a Dudes Racing member, so 2 Dudes Racing drivers at the front of this piece. Josh Carver driving for Rev Esport. And of course, Marcus Adams driving for Balls Garana. So this is going to be interesting, as towards the back, Anthony and Worrell both came down to take a splash and go there. Freshest set of tires on track belong to the one of Jason Papp. Let's see what Jason can do with those fresh tires, as we are going to have our final shot at a green-white checker finish. Field working its way down the super stretch here behind the official iRacing pace car. Adams going to have the trigger when we go back to green. He's going to have to be real careful of how he pulls that trigger, being as Adams and Carver on the low side are in two different two different Discord servers, or channels anyways. Whereas Gautier and Marchese are in the same channel, they can talk to each other all race long. Can Cujo and the Kid pull it off on the high side, or does Marcus Adams, your defending series champion, have what it takes to finally get the monkey off his back this season on the low side? We are about to find out as the field works its way off of turn number 4. Pace car makes that lazy left turn down below the mustard stripe. Here we go. Final attempt at a green-white checker tonight. Adams with the trigger as the field worked its way into the tri-oval. On the backside, they will hit the restart zone, and we are going to have one final shot at finishing under green here tonight at Talladega for round number 10 of the Circle B Diecast Rowdy Energy Superspeedway Series. Green flag is in the air. Everybody getting a clean start so far. Gautier doing a little side drafting on Adams as they go through 1 and 2, trying to kill any momentum that the 1 has. Marchese trying to get to the back bumper of Gautier, as that's going to be the only shot he's got to gain some spots here as they go down the back chute with a head of steam. Logan Rhodes right there as well. Gautier with the nose out front. They're 4 wide in the mid-pack, and we've got cars around. But we stay green so far. Coming off of turn number 4. Gautier got to the low side. Marchese with a head of steam now. On the high side, getting a good shove from Logan Rhodes. White flag in the air, Marchese. Got the clear on the low side. He's going to stay on the top side with Rhodes. Marchese sideways. We're racing back to checkers. Half the field wads it. Oy vey. Meanwhile, here comes Michael Anthony on the low side with the head of steam. Drag race with his teammate Marcus Adams. They're going into turn number 3. Adams drops down to pick up his teammate Anthony. Carver's right there as well. McConey trying to make something happen. Pap looks to the inside. Adams with a good shove from the 33. Drops down in front of Anthony. Drag race coming out of the tri-oval. McConey by his lonesome on the high side. Not going to do it. Marcus Adams hangs on for the win. McConey in second. Josh Carver, Michael Anthony, Jason Papp rounding out your top 5. Let's go back and take a look at what the heck just happened. Here they are coming through the tri-oval, and it's just a bump draft gone wrong. Carver gets into the back bumper. Marchese turns him. Gautier, yikes. Oh! Decker just got punted. Keep your eye on the 3. There goes Marchese. And boom goes the dynamite. Right now, we are following along with tonight's race winner, driver of the number 31 Balls Garana Energy Dodge SRT. Congratulations, defending series champion Marcus Adams, for getting the monkey off your back this season.
Yeah, it was about time. I did not expect it in these cars, especially since it's easy to wreck someone on the last lap, but I somehow survived.
Absolutely, and you were able to survive as your teammate in the eighth there was giving you all you could handle as Michael Anthony and you went door to door on that last lap.
Yeah, I mean, gotta go for the win. Just glad I was able to pass him out of four, I think, or into three. Forget.
I was coming off before that you got the nose out front, but just talk us through how difficult it was to pick your way through traffic here tonight as you were up 10 from where you started.
I mean, it wasn't hard. We just had to be patient and just really choose the right time to go and the right lane to get in. You can get really big runs in these cars, and you have to avoid the wreck that always happens.
Yeah, absolutely. But next week we're going to go into a car that you have had a lot of success in, the Xfinity cars. We are going to be back here at Talladega next week. Your thoughts going into that race?
Um, as long as it's not a wreck fest like it was tonight, it should be fun. I don't think there's going to be a faster pair next week, so that should help. But it should be a fun race, hopefully.
All right, Marcus, before we let you go celebrate your first victory of the season here in the Circle B Diecast ROWDY Energy Speedway Series, who do you need to thank?
I think Balls Out Racing, Circle B Diecast, ROWDY Energy, iRacing, iFlag, Buttkicker, and Midwest Motor Customs.
All right, Marcus Adams, congratulations on your first win of the season. We will see you next week back here in the Xfinity car.
Yep.
So that was our winner. And joining me now, driver of the Haley Deegan tribute car, Greg Marconi. Congratulations on another podium.
Yeah, the car drove really well. Real fast here. I don't know what to do with my hands, Tony.
Yeah, let's not go there. But Greg, there's a couple times the seas kind of parted for you there.
Yeah, absolutely, man. This car was fun. That was sketchy at the end there. But yeah, there were a couple instances where I was right around those wrecks, and it drove me crazy, man. Trying to avoid them because these cars are so finicky.
Sketchy at the end. You guys were racing every lap under green like it was the last lap from the time the green flag first flew.
Well, yeah, that's what you do in these cars. And then everybody wrecks, everybody gets mad, and that's that.
Well, not a bad night for you. Your balls or your dudes racing teammates, not so much.
Yeah, I was racing with Wing, Decker, and Frank tonight, and they all got in trouble on that last right as we took the white, and that I was able to avoid that wreck. I saw everybody going up top. I dove to the apron to get around it, got back up as quick as I could, and I was able to hop in the draft and make something happen there.
Yeah, but Greg, let's face it, you were kind of in a been there, done that situation, so you knew what to expect.
Yeah, it's been like that all night. You saw a lot of guys trying to do a shake and bake move and get themselves to the front. Sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't. But no, that was a fun race. I had a blast running this Ricky Bobby car. I came into tonight needing to run for me, so that's why I pulled out the legendary Talladega Nights car, also driven by Kurt Busch. But yeah, no, this one I was really focused and just no matter what, I was getting myself to the front there, and I accomplished it at the end and took home P2. I'm happy, and now we go to next week back here in the Xfinity cars, I believe.
You are correct, sir, and you have had some success in the Xfinity car here in the past.
I have. I've had a lot of bad luck at it this season too. This is the first top 3 I've had. I think my second top 5 of the season. So I've had a rough one, and But no, this was a big confidence boost. Felt really good, and we're going on to next week with still a little chip on our shoulder, but we're gonna go have some fun.
Baby steps, Greg, baby steps. But who do you need to thank before we turn you loose tonight?
I got to thank Decker, Wing, and Frank that I was racing with tonight. We got to, of course, go and thank our sponsors, Circle B, Diecast, Rowdy Energy, iRacing, iFlag, Buttkicker, Midwest Motor Customs. I'm going to shout out to the family, the wife, everybody that I know is watching. We appreciate everybody that tunes into us every Friday night. I got to thank you, Tony. You always put on a fantastic broadcast. And
when my computer decides to play nice.
Yeah, I kind of caught a glimpse of early on. We were doing a little side by side, but I'm glad everything kind of looked like it worked itself out, and we got to hopefully we put on a good show for everybody here.
Now, Greg, we were mentioning during the broadcast, being as you are the sole proprietor of Midwest Motor Customs, that with the holiday coming up, the best gift that you could give the iRacer in your life is a brand new custom paint scheme. If somebody wants to do that, how can they get a hold of you?
You can check us out on Facebook at Midwest Motor Customs. You can shoot us a message there, or you can shoot myself a message on Facebook. We can get you guys all set up and, hopefully put something out there that everybody's in love with and make everybody give everybody a good Easter gift.
Absolutely, and then they could take that design and send it over to Circle B Diecast and have a custom diecast made for the favorite iRacer in their life. So,
absolutely.
Greg, we will see you next week at Talladega, back here at Talladega in the Xfinity car. Best of luck to you then.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. And as the great Ricky Bobby said, if you ain't first, you're last.
Okay, so you were last tonight. Got it.
Pretty much.
Okay. That was Greg Marconi. And joining us now, all things considered, a man that can't be too disappointed coming home with a podium finish, Josh Carver. You might just well had a magnet on your car tonight with all the cars that were using you like a pinball.
Yeah, there at the beginning of the race, it was a little rough. I got fortunate, though, with the hits I was taking. It didn't put a lot of damage on the car. I never had more than 30 seconds at one time. So I actually finished the race. I still have my fast repair. I never used it.
Well, you saved it for the right time. That's for dang sure. As you were able to survive the melee. Talk us through that last lap, though. Yeah.
That was insane. I didn't know where the 31 was going. I didn't know where the 8, how close they were going to be, if they were going to spread apart and try to get, what they were going to do. I should have gone all the way to the outside. I just kind of let them do their own thing. And then when a 31 got by, he jumped down in front of the 8 there. And I thought, well, I got nobody in front of me. I'll just stay right here in the middle groove. But whew, that was a crazy finish.
Well, it was like
I was holding my breath the whole last lap.
It was like the parting of the seas for you as soon as you guys crossed the start-finish line to take the white flag.
Yeah. When they started wrecking going in turn one there, Adam McKinney, the other guy that races in the Rev Racing team, his philosophy on the ARCA cars is if you see a wreck, yank it to the left and hit the brakes. A lot of times they keep you out of trouble, so I just yanked it to the left when they started spinning. And I got lucky. Like you said, it kind of parted the seas. I squeezed through there and back up on the track and kept going. I got lucky.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to be back here next week for a special Good Friday version of the Xfinity cars. Your thoughts going into that race next week?
That would be fun, too. They drive, of course, a little bit different than what these cars do, but they get a little more slicker as you get a little more wear on the tires. It ought to be an interesting race, though. You might not see as much 3-wide, but you'll definitely see a bunch of 2x2 and a lot of jostling for position next week. It ought to be fun.
Absolutely. But, Josh, before we let you go, who do you need to thank for the podium tonight?
Well, I'd like to give a shout-out to Rev Racing, Jimmy Green. Give a shout-out to him. Hope he's feeling better. He wasn't able to be with us tonight. Logan Rhodes, Ed DeBoer, Adam McKinney, Jonathan Christian. Couldn't do it without these guys. They're unbelievable. I'd like to thank my sponsors, Rick's R&R. If you're looking for any construction work in the West Virginia area, look us up on Facebook. Jessica's Members Only Bingo, It's for the wives. You know, when us husbands are racing, if they get bored, want something to do, she does a bingo thing on Facebook.
Very cool.
I'd like to thank Circle B Diecast, Rowdy Energy, Racing Flag, Buttkicker, and the Midwest Motor Customs for what they put into it. None of this would be possible without them. So, big shout out to them, of course, and appreciate what y'all do in the booth as well.
Well, we appreciate what you guys do out on the track. Josh Carver, congratulations on a podium here tonight. We will see you next week in the Xfinity car.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Looking forward to it.
So that's going to do it for the interview portion tonight, as we are now going to go to our finishing order. Marcus Adams, Greg Marconi, Josh Carver coming home on the podium. Michael Anthony and Jason Papp rounding out your top 5. James Lowe, Ed DeBoer, Adam McKinney, Chris Worrell, Dusty Burkhart, your top 10. Nick Wing, Ryan Decker, Shane Posey, Joe Gautier, and Frank Marchese, your top 15. Logan Rhodes, John LeBombard, Brian Tarnowski in 18th, 19th, and 20th, going to GT Park and John Christian. So that is going to about do it for us here tonight. Again, we've got a ton of racing left this weekend. Thank you all so much for joining us here for the Circle B Diecast Rowdy Energy Superspeedway Series. This is Tony Trapasso reminding you, ladies and gentlemen, that as you walk down the road of life, please don't play in traffic. Good night, everybody.